Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I'm going to record a very short and very simple video on research philosophies. Many of my students, they often request me to record a video on research philosophies because these various concepts really mix up in the minds of students, especially research students, and it can create trouble when they go and write their final dissertation. So we need to have a very basic and very deep understanding of all the research philosophies. First of all, let me share you the screen and let me tell you what is actually philosophy. Philosophy is basically your struggle to know the truth, your struggle to know the reality. If I want to know what is reality, it means I have to follow a certain pattern of some assumptions and some philosophies. If I want to find reality, it is for sure I have to follow a particular philosophy. So without going into the classical deep details, I'll simply say philosophy basically is your way to seek the reality, to seek the truth. Now I will tell you about the research onion. I will just mention here two slides, and inshallah I believe after these two slides your concept regarding the philosophies will be clarified. Research onion. This picture you are watching on your screen is called research onion. I really like it. Here the things are mentioned in a very simplified way. Actually, research starts and ends here in the data collection and starts from here the approach. Let me tell you, you start from approach, and before even the approach, you start from philosophy in your mind. This is the philosophy. This bigger circle shows the philosophy. Either is it positivism or realism or interpretivism, pragmatism, etc. I will tell them in detail in the next slide. That will be the last slide. And when you have a philosophy in your mind, then you follow a certain approach that can be deductive or that can be inductive or that can be the mixed abduction. This circle, a comparatively smaller circle, is showing the approach. Okay, when you are clarified about your approach, I will tell you what is deduction, what is induction, etc. When you are clarified about these, then you go for your methodological choice. You go for the method. Which method you have to use in order to find the reality, in order to answer your question, in order to uh, achieve your objective, whatever you call. This is mono method or quantitative, mono method qualitative, multi method quantitative, mixed method, etc. This circle I'm talking about. This is methodological choice. Then on the fourth circle, this one, we start to adopt the strategies. This is, you can say, strategies. You can go for experiment, or you can go for survey, you can go for archival research, case studies, mixed method, ethnography, action research, grounded theory, mostly for qualitative, etc., narrative inquiry, etc. You do not have to worry about these things right now. You have to basically adopt any strategy according to your research, and in the next slide I will clarify all those things. Then in the fifth one circle, you have to adopt the time horizon for your research. Your research is always time bound. Time is not unlimited for your research. So either you go for cross section research or you go for longitudinal research. Inshallah, in my maybe in coming videos, I will make a comprehensive video on all those concepts. But right now, my focus is very broad, and I want to give you a bird's eye view of all those philosophies and techniques and methods and time horizons. After you decide that I'm going for cross section or longitudinal studies, then what you do, you start collecting your data. So these are the techniques and procedures for your data collection. Then let me show you next slide. Yes, this is one of my, favorite slide. This is one of my best slide. This one. Let me move it here. Yes, these are basically this slide will make you clear understanding of research philosophy. On this side, you can see certain sets of points, and on this side, you can see certain sets of points like this. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, where it is. Yes, here it is. This is research paradigm, positivism, constructivism, pragmatism, like we were talking about. Let me make it little bit smaller. Yes, subjectivism and critical realism. I will basically here highlight the two approaches, the two paradigms which we use either for quantitative or for qualitative research. Okay. Oh man, it goes again and again. Okay, research paradigm. First of all, we talk about positivism. If I show you this slide, you can see this is positivism. So our first philosophy is positivism. You have to keep in mind positivism, and we need to understand what is ontology with respect to positivism, what is epistemology with respect to positivism, what is the theoretical perspective, what is methodology, and what methods we use with respect to positivism. Now keep all those heads in mind, and then you also rewind the video and see my debate on this research onion, then inshallah you will clarify your confusions. Okay, positivism. Ontology, first of all, we have to answer positivism according to these five heads. First of all, keep in mind that most of the time the positivism philosophy is used in quantitative approach, not qualitative. First thing. Then ontology. The word ontology means what is reality. What is reality? This is the meaning of word onto, ontology, what is reality. So according to positivism, reality is single, either reality exists or not. It is one or two or three. It is expressed in numbers. Reality has to be expressed in numbers, so it is single reality according to positivism approach. I'm not talking about constructivism or pragmatism or subjectivism. No, I'm talking about only about positivism. So what is reality? In case of positivism, we know reality is single, and we deal it with ontology because ontology says what is reality. Then the second head, epistemology. Epistemology says that how we can now feel or see or measure the reality, right? So according to positivism, reality can be measured, and there are tools and techniques for that. Then the third head, theoretical perspective. It says which theory or which approach you are going to use to measure the reality. And there are various approaches. When I will go in detail in inshallah in next lectures, I will talk about them in detail, but right now my focus is to give you a simple view of these approaches. So theoretical approach, it can be positivism or post positivism. At this point you just remember it. Then methodology, fourth question, methodology. In case of positivism or in case of quantitative research, simply generally I'm saying, methodology says how do you go about finding the things, how do you go about to know the reality. There can be experiment you can conduct to know the reality. There can be survey questionnaires. There can be other quantitative researches you can conduct to know the reality. Basically this is talking about the methodology, which method will you are going to adopt. And the last head is method. This is talking about actually the what technique. If we are going for experiment, then what type of experiment. If we are going for survey in methodology, then what type of survey, like questionnaire or what is. So in case of method, usually in positivism, we go for questionnaire, we go for sampling, measurement and scaling, and we basically make statistical analysis on various softwares, for example, SPSS or AMOS, or we go for focus groups, we go for interviews, etc. Generally they are used for quantitative research, but this is not mandatory. Okay, second one, I will skip constructivism, I will skip pragmatism also. Now I will jump to subjectivism. You can say this is mostly used in qualitative researches, positivism also, and subjectivism also. So we have to answer subjectivism in the light of those five heads as I discussed earlier. So what was the first head? Ontology. What is reality? So in case of subjectivism, let me make it a bit shorter. Subjectivism, reality is what we perceive to be real. Reality can be different for me if I perceive it different from you. For me, this glass is almost full of water, and other person can say this glass is almost half or bit more than half. So reality can be different from other person and for me, basis on our perception. This is ontology. Then epistemology, how can we know the reality? Subjectivism says all knowledge is purely a matter of perspective. Like reality does not exist, but the perceptions exist. So this is a matter of perspective. This is a matter of your perspective. Then theoretical perspective, as I talked about, postmodernism, structuralism, and post-structuralism. I will discuss them in detail, but right now you just need to make an idea in your mind. Then methodology, I mean to say, how do you find about something? In case of subjectivism, you discover a theory, archaeology, genealogy, or deconstructionism, etc. And then method, just like positivism, ethnography, or analysis of the previous literature, etc., or intertextuality. These are some methods which are used in case of subjectivism. Now, as far as the general practice is concerned, for qualitative researchers, we normally adopt positivism and we go for either focus group or for interviews in case of our research method. And as far as quantitative approach is concerned, or the students of quantitative studies are concerned, we also go for positivism. But in case of method, we use questionnaire and scaling technique for measuring the questionnaire. I hope this did work for you. This is just an overview of research methodology. Inshallah, in coming videos, if you require or if you mention in the comment something, I will make some more videos on that. And till then, take care. And let me close it now.